today is the 17th. Yeah, my date's not right, but it is the 17th. And yesterday we did this study guide in class. We started it. And so today the goal is we're going to go through the answers. I've gone through it with all the kids so far. Just kind of checking it. In the video yesterday, yes, I did some of these, just trying to help out some kids that wanted to see if their work was right or wrong, okay? Okay, so the first section, just changing decimals to fractions or mixed numbers. Okay, so first we put it over what place value the last digit is. So I started out with 425 over 1,000. For this, I should have just simplified by 25, but to be honest, I just did 5 twice. It just, to me, that was easier than trying to figure it out. The second one there, keep the big fat 2 in front. There's a big fat 2 in front of the decimal, keep it in front of the fraction. And then 33 over 100 doesn't simplify. And then that last one, it is 45 and 6/10, but it simplifies to 3/5. I got it. Okay. Any questions on decimal to fraction? Always simplify it. You sure?
We have to simplify
Yes, all fractional answers will have to be simplified. It even says it in the directions on the test. Yes?
I did, instead of 45, I put 46.
Copy, right? Yeah.
So it's
It
wrong.
happens. It happens. Here's what bothers me about SMART. I'm just going to throw this out there. 100-point test. It is pretty much like these study guides, the one from yesterday and the one you'll get today. You've got to finish it in one day. We just got to. And so if you get stuck on one, you're going to want to move on, go back to it later. You can't really ask me questions. Like every year when I do this, I know what questions y'all want to ask me, which is like, you walk up to me and you say, do I put that over 1,000? Well, I can't answer that. Like, that's the whole lesson. Okay? Or you'll walk up to me on this one and you'll say, does that simplify? Once again, that's the whole lesson. So, I'm really not trying to be mean. I got to see what you know. Not me. You. Okay? Going to the next thing. A lot of you like to ask me the question, or every year they do, that, like, is this where I divide? Or something like, do I put 1 in the house or do I put it outside? Like we've had these rules and lessons and all that good stuff. Okay, keep the big fat 5 and the 49, like you just keep those in front. Divide top by bottom. On this one, you can have multiple 6s. Okay. This could be repeating, like you could have 0.7666 and then with a line over the 6s only. Not over the 7. Okay. There is also not a 0 between those numbers. So be careful. Like it's got to look like that. I'd say that's the main thing. I got this. Any questions on those? Okay. Trying not to go too slow or too fast. Okay, simplifying. Another review. Here we go. First one divides by 7s. Got to know our 7s tables to make 3 7ths. The number 8. I want to give you one more time to hear me. Because if I mark it wrong tomorrow, guys, we got to know this. If it is the same fraction, you need to either circle that one or rewrite it and circle it or something. Because if you just leave it, us teachers just think you skipped it. We think you didn't know the answer. So you need to do something to show you worked it. Okay?
And that's Willis's too. I would do something. Even if you circle that, that's fine. For me at least. But just do something. Okay? Last one there, simplify by 6. Any questions? All good. Okay. Here we go with the add and subtract. The first couple not being too bad. More like that last one that kind of got a few. The 1/9. Make sure you subtracted 1/9. This one was adding 21/26. Anybody need help on that one? Okay. Okay. Somebody need me to work 11?
I need you to work 2.
Okay. Wait a minute. 11. Going once. Going twice. Okay. 12. Yes. 12 seems to be one of the questionable ones. Let's see if I can do it real quick. Okay. And I found it interesting earlier. It wasn't in this class, but I actually had a parent who wanted me to explain this. And it's kind of funny because what it is us parents. We did all this, but it's been so long ago. We also need a refresher on how to do it. Okay? So me reteaching it with this video, the parent will probably watch it tonight and be like, oh, okay, I remember how to do it now. It just, sometimes we kind of have to refresh our brains on it. So, yes.
You copy number 2 times number 12.
Oh, down here, the problem number? Yeah, I'm doing this one. Is that okay? You wanted the first number 12, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that is this one. Okay, 3 5/7 plus 8 4/5. Here we go. So start now. If I have a 7 and a 5, what should my common denominator be?
35.
35. It's kind of like skip counting by 7s and 5s. Okay. Now, in case a parent needs a help, we know that they can do this part. All I'm doing is 7 times 5 is 35. This is where my glasses have to go on. Sorry. 5 times 5 is 25. So that's how I got that number. Now I'm going to do the bottom. 5 times 7 is 35. So 4 times 7 is 28. Okay. This is where I almost messed up earlier. When I added them, I almost ended up with the wrong number. But 50. Slow down. What's 5 plus 8? 13, so it's 53, 35 with 11. Okay, so that's the beginning answer. Okay, here's the weird part. That top number is bigger than the bottom. It is improper. So, this is kind of the method I use. I take just this part, and I'm going to kind of work it out. If I divide 53 by 35. It goes one time, and this is where I messed up earlier. Be careful. 13 minus 5. 8. I tried to say 3 earlier. It's 8. And then 4 minus 3 is 1. So here's that backwards check mark. 1 and 18 35s. So this equals 1 and 18 35s. Well, all it is we don't walk up to someone and say, I have 11 pizzas. Oh, I have one more pizza. Oh, I have 18 slices out of 35. We simplify it. We put it all together as one number or one mixed number. Okay? The 11 plus the 1, 12, 18 35s. And then I do ask myself, like, can anything simplify an 18 and a 35? Nope. So we are good. We got it all the way to the end. Okay. Anyone else? Okay. Just thought I'd ask. Okay. 13, 14, and 13 again. Haha, or whatever number that was. Okay, the very bottom row that we missed numbers. Isn't it great when a math teacher missed numbers or something? Okay, called Going Too Fast. Okay, so the first one here, number 13, I got 11 and 13/18. Okay. I'll show you what you did. Give me just 1 second. This one, do y'all see why I took 17/17? I just changed it to a 1. The simplest answer is just 6. If you walk up to someone and you say, I have 17/17, it's kind of like walking up to someone and saying, I have a whole pizza, I have 17 slices out of 17 slices. We just don't walk up to someone and say we have 17 out of 17 slices. Like we just say I have a whole pizza or I have a pizza. So we put it together to make 6. Okay. Question about 13. Here we go. On 13. 1 second. I got a paper problem here. A mess. That's what I got. Okay. Here we go. On 13. Someone just asked me about this one. Actually, this is the style that parent was wondering about, if you wanted the truth. This is number 13. Here we go. Common denominator. Wake up, people, 5th period. Common denominator. 18. Why not? Just thought I'd wake you up. Okay, times 2 times 2. Okay, what you did, somebody who got a 5 right here. You can't do 2 minus 7. That's what it is. The 2 is bigger than the 7. So we gotta borrow. Okay, so when we borrow from the 12, make it a 11, but we add what? 18/18. Whatever these denominators are, we're going to add it in.
I thought it was 10/10 every time.
Oh, that's what it is. Okay, good. I'm glad you listened. We figured it out. All it is this. When you borrow and you add it back in, it is always whatever these denominators are. So if it's 2 9s, you're going to add 9 9s. If it's 2 20s, you add 20 20ths. Now, we literally add it. So we got 20 on top minus 7, 13/18 with an 11. Does that help? Kinda? Okay. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. 11 and what?
11 and 5.
Okay, but listen, look right here. What I'm hearing from someone else earlier is, did y'all add 10/10? Okay, so go back. Did you ever borrow?
Yes.
Because you literally add the 18 plus the 2 to get 20.
That makes 12.
Okay, so once, like, here's what I'm worried about, because you said, someone else said the same thing. Right here. You add in whatever the denominator is. What I'm worried about is y'all are adding 10 every time. But you don't. You're literally adding 18 right there to get this 20. It makes the top number bigger. Does that help a little bit? So, like, if your bottom numbers, let's say your bottom numbers are 22s, you're going to add 22 22s. If your bottom number is 1,000, you're going to add 1,000 over 1,000. Because what it does is it makes that number larger than that number. Okay? So let's look. I'm going to ask you a question. Look down before I show you an answer. Look at the very last one. Look at number, I have it as 15, but I think for y'all it's 12 or 13.
Yeah,
The very bottom corner. What did you add to it? Did you borrow? On the last one. Okay, what did you add to it?
I added 10 cents again.
Oh my God.
Okay, so let me show you. This is what I'm trying to get in your mind to figure out what mistakes you're making. So what I'm seeing is this. On this one. So like the reason we're borrowing is we should have 25 minus 28. So that's the first thing you kind of have to check is did you have a 25 minus a 28? Okay, and then did you just make your answer 3? Four and what? Did you add? It's still, see, here's the key to this. When it's 25 minus 28, you've got to borrow from the 8, make it a 7, and what I add in to make that top number bigger is I literally add these denominators. So look right here. I added 35 35s.
Oh, I subtracted 25 minus 28.
Okay, that's it. So yeah, so here we added it in. It creates a 60 on top minus a 28 to give me that. Okay. What I would do is this. Like if you miss those two, and now you think, man, I think I got this. What I would do is write down those two problems on scratch paper tonight. And try to work them out and see if you can get the right answer with borrowing. Okay. Also, there's 1 or 2 on the study guide, so that, like tonight's study guide, that you might want to do to try, okay? The last thing that I kind of threw up here, you've already seen, is that I put out there on Quizlet last night. These words were out there on Quizlet. And I want to say this, and I'm saying it to all of you. I know Willis's kids are in here. Guys, you can always look at any of the 3 teachers' websites. I want you to think about that. So let's say I go home sick today and I don't post anything tonight. It's going to happen this year. It'll happen. Listen, go to that other teacher's website. Go to Willis. Go to Sawyer. See what they posted. Their reminds are listed just like mine. You don't have to join their remind to look at them. So like my Quizlet yesterday, I made a little Quizlet and I put it on there. Okay, you could go and find my little Quizlet link and do it just like my kids. It's not going to hurt anything to use your resources. So you can always look at the other teachers' websites. Okay, and I'm just kind of saying that for y'all's sake. If it'll help you, use it. Yes. You might have mom sick? Yes. Yes. And that's what helps us a lot. When you guys are absent, some of your parents will email us and be like, hey, can you send me the worksheet for today? Or can I have the work? I'll be honest, especially if you're absent more than one day. If you're absent multiple days, you're going to start to figure out it's getting tougher to catch up. So what you can do is, at least in math class, which is nice, you can go back, watch the videos, and kind of keep up with what's going on. That's why we do it. It helps us to be able to help you. For whatever reason, you may only be out one day. Maybe they call you to the office or something. Then you can at least go back and watch the video from that day. I will never say watch the whole thing. Guys, if you were here the first 30 minutes of class, don't watch the first 30 minutes of the video. Fast forward it. Fast forward. I mean, if you know you got called out in the middle of class, you kind of know right now where I stopped, right? If I'm working
it all right. Fast forward to the part, to the next worksheet or whatever. Yes. I mean, all I can say then is kind of do the best you can and bring those questions in the next day. Yeah. I'm just saying in general, like, my thing is this. There will be some day that I have to leave early from school and I forget to post a video. And if I don't do it using this TV screen thing, I can't do it. So, you could use the other teachers' videos. I'll be honest. I also, like, there are times that if I've been absent or something, you just put them on that desk, it's fine. Then, I have used their videos. Miss Sawyer teaching it, Miss Willis teaching it. I mean, it's better than nothing. Okay? Yes? Yes, let me explain. Okay. Everybody get with me and I'm going to explain. Okay. So, this is the other part of the study guide, which to me is the same stuff. The only thing we did is we added some vocab. Here's what I need you to do. For the sake of class, will you jump down to the bottom with the vocab? Let me find where I put my word list. Here it is. Okay. And for right now, just kind of start with the bottom. It's almost like a pre-quiz. Can you do these questions? Now, I am going to say this. Hint, hint. You're going to use one of the words more than one time. Okay? There will be a word bank tomorrow, even if I have to put it on the board like I am right now. Advanced classes probably won't have a word bank. If you have regular, then you'll get a word bank. Okay, so what I'm going to do is this. I want you to do the vocab on the bottom. When you get done with the vocab, go up to number 1 and just keep going. We'll come back to video in a minute. Go for it. Okay, listen to me again. Here we go. Do the vocab on the bottom, because the word bank is right here. Okay, then go to the top, number 1, and just start working down. Okay, so the kids have had a little bit of time to work on it. What I'm going to do is start at the bottom with the vocab. Like I just said, I know a minute ago, and I'm repeating myself. I am just allowing you guys, I want you to have another copy of it, basically. So even if you can't get on Quizlet tonight, you can at least, you'll have this to study, if nothing else, okay? So, number 1, in order to, what? Simplify. Sorry, it's not 1, it's 17. 17, in order to simplify. Listen, the key word with simplify, to me, goes with the word reduce. That's just me, if you're wanting to look at common number words, or what you people would probably call context clues. There's some reading for you. Okay, 18. The blank is the result of division. Quotient. Yes, we had that word on the last test. Okay, the blank is the result of subtraction. Difference. Last test also. Okay, the result of addition. Sum. It was on last test also. Okay. The number below the line. Denominator is down. It is below the line. Down low denominator. Okay. The result of multiplication. Product. It's a P. P-R-O-D-U-C-T. Product. And that was on last test. Okay. The number above the line. Numerator. And above the line again.
Numerator. You can tell what we did. We just probably were working around trying to get it to fit on one page, and we just didn't delete it or something. Didn't mean to have it on there twice, but we did. Okay. Now you've got a study, another set of study. Words, definitions, whatever. Okay. Are we ready? Here we go. Starting at the top. So, we got to remember tomorrow to convert a decimal to a fraction or a mixed number. Notice, someone asked me earlier about simplifying. Listen, it says it right here. Be sure to simplify to lowest terms. It will be incorrect if it is not simplified. Okay, so the first one, 0.54 or 54 hundredths, right? Okay, 2 zeros, 2 numbers on top. Okay, divides or simplifies by 2. So if I divide the top by 2 and the bottom by 2, I get 27 over 50. And that is as far as it will go, 27/50. Okay, number 2. It should start out as a big fat 3 and 33 hundredths. Does it simplify?
No.
Nope. So we are done with that one. It's as far as it'll go. Okay. And on the third one, 87 and 2 tenths. Okay, starts out as 2 tenths. That's holding 2 pens at once, handwriting. That's a 2. Okay, and 2 tenths simplifies by 2, top and bottom, to make it equal 87 and 1/5. Good. Y'all sound like you know this part. Just don't go too fast and tell me it's something like, I don't know, 1/10 or something. Just take it slow. Okay, on the next part. Yes? Right now or the end of class? Yes? Oh, to check out. Okay. Thank you. She's on her way. I thought she wanted you to walk down there. Okay. Here we go. Number 4. I'm sorry. We really can't hear it over here, and especially since I'm leaned up against this thing. Okay. So number 4 says we're going to convert this fraction into a decimal. Listen, if you can't remember what to do, draw a decimal first and think about it. We start out by just copying what's in front. A big fat 11, guess what? You get to keep the big fat 11 in front. Okay? Now, 1/2. This is where we got to remember. We are literally dividing 1 divided by 2. Top divided by bottom. Add the decimal and the 0. What helps create the decimal answer. So, put the 11 with the 0.5 and you've got your full answer. Help a little bit? Okay. Number 5. What I would do is this. I would just draw my answer box. Go ahead and put 54 in front. 54 with a decimal. Now I'm going to divide 5 by 15. So if I have 5, divide by 15, I get 3, which is 45. It is repeating. I'm going to keep getting the 3. So I need a repeater bar. If I put it over here in my answer box, my final answer would be 54.3 repeating. Without the repeater bar, it is wrong. And that repeater bar can only go on the 3, not the 5. Or the 4. Okay, and I'll scoot it over. Number 6. Here we go. 9. This one has no front number. So, it's just going to be a decimal and whatever we get. So I'm going to divide the 9 by 24. How many 24s are in 9 or 90? Think about quarters. How many quarters?
3.
Right, 3. I have 18. So if I add a 0, it's kind of like having $1.80. How many quarters are about $1.80? 7, because it would be $1.75, right? Okay, well I got a 12. I'm going to add another 0.
And it would be times 5, so it would be minus 120.
You got it. Times 5 would be minus 120.
And then
So it is a terminating decimal. I mean, that's your answer. 0.375. That is it. There's nothing on the front. That is the answer. Listen, tomorrow, if you have gone out 5 zeros and you still don't have an answer, something went wrong. Go back up and check it. I know for me, like 3 zeros is pretty much, you should have it figured out by 3 zeros. Okay, Then, yes, I think so. Okay, let's simplify 7. Here we go. 2/9. Does it simplify? Nope. So we either need to circle it or we can write 2/9 and circle it, but something. Pencil has to touch paper. Okay, number 8. 3/33. Divide by 3 on the top and the bottom. Gives you 1/11. Okay, and 9. What does it simplify by, guys?
9.
9. Listen, 18 divided by 9 is 2. 81 divided by 9 is 9. 2/9. That thing simplifies by 9. If you did 3, you would just have to do 3 twice. Do 3 and then do 3 again. Okay, now what I'm going to do is just keep going. I'm going to do 10, 11, 12, and so on. Just doing as much as I can. Here we go. Whoops. Okay, there's 10. And I'm going to do them over here because they're just really squished together. So, tomorrow they are spread out a little bit better, which is nice. You should have enough room on your paper to do them. So, oh, common denominator. Yes, you're right. Common denominator is 12. I got a 10. 6. 10 minus 6. Oh, I like it. Okay, so let me talk about it real quick. I got 4/12, which is 1/3. 11. I just went with the first thing I heard, which was 12. If you got 6, that's fine. Your new fractions would be 5/6 minus 3/6, which is 2/6, which still equals 1/3. So, either way, as long as we get it simplified, our final answer should be 1/3. Okay, number 11. Here we go. 11, I got 5/8 plus 3/5. Common denominator. 40. This is the one I like. 25 plus 24. 49 over 40, right? Okay. Simplify it. How many 40s are in 49? 1. How many's left over? 9 40s. There you go. Simplified all the way. Okay, number 12. 2 1/7 plus 8 4/21. Okay. Common denominator? 21. Oh, I like this one. 4 plus 3? 7. 21. That would be 10. What simplifies it? 7. Don't just stop, guys. Make sure you simplify it all the way. So 7 divided by 7 is 1. 21 divided by 7 is 3. Okay. Let's see. 13. I'm trying here. 13. 24 1/6 minus 10 7/12. Whoops. Okay. Common denominator? 12. Hit my speed bump. Can't do this. 2 minus 7. Can't do it. Borrow from the 24. Make it a 23. And add 12 twelfths. Right. 12 twelfths. Literally add the top numerators. Gives me 14 twelfths minus 7 twelfths, which is 7 twelfths. 23 minus 10? 13. Does 7 twelfths simplify? No. Okay, I'm going to do the last. Try to do the last two. Here we go. 14. I got 15 and 10 17ths. Oh, I like this one because it's easier than you think it is. Do you need a common denominator? Nope, it's already there. So what's 13 plus 10? 23 over 17. You still got 15 on the front. Okay, how many you're going to have to change this to improper. How many 17s are in 23? 1. How many's left over?
6.
6. That's okay, I was still counting myself. 6 17ths. We're going to add it to the 15. So in the end, it is 16 and 6 17ths. Woo!
I'm on the road today.
Good. And this one, I'm begging you to pay attention to because I don't know if we've had any like this. Okay, it is 6 on top minus 1 4/7. Guys, all this means is nothing minus 4. Can you do nothing minus 4? No, we borrow from the
6.
Make it a
5.
and what do you think goes here? 7 7ths. You just don't have anything to add the fraction to. You just got to put it. So 7 minus 4, 3 7ths, and then 5 minus 1 is 4. Now, there is one word problem. Hint, hint. Read it with me. Jenna has 20 questions on homework. She works 1/3 of her homework at school and half of the questions at home. What fraction, they only want fractions, of her homework did she complete? Think about total, putting it all together. Slow down, like what are our two numbers though? 1/3 and 1/2. So all we're doing is taking 1/3, we're adding it to the half, 1/2. Slow down, we haven't got the answer yet, guys. It might be, I'm just like, I think some of us might be going too fast. Let's see, we got 2, 3, add it together, it's 5, 6. So she finished 5/6 of her homework. Fractional amount, 5/6. You're going to have to really read that. Tonight, study them, rework them, check them, fix them, correct them, whatever it takes. Bring the study guide tomorrow. It is a grade. Bring the study guide.